Hello, everyone.
Hey.
Hi.
Everyone. Welcome to the fifth
Three
episode.
Three Beards Fun.
This is like my third or fourth, so maybe.
Welcome to part 2 of the Okja movie reviews.
I am Raul. I
I'm
have with me Angelo and Justin.
Hi, I'm Angelo.
Hello.
Hello.
And
I'm
we
Justin.
don't have with us Sammy or Goran, who was supposed to be here.
Yeah.
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 We are good at planning things.
So good.
So good.
We determined this yesterday.
While we were drunk. That could be
That's
the
true.
result. Goran wasn't drunk. He should have remembered. He was driving.
He
I
was.
think he just didn't know what time we were gonna do this at.
Well, I don't think we actually mentioned the time
This
until
is where we said 1.
after he left, I think.
But no, he left for Justin.
Oh, right, he
Yeah,
did.
he drove me home.
Then I don't know. I got nothing.
I got nothing. Well, Gordon, if you're listening to this, sorry, buddy.
Tough shit.
We tried, and that's the most important part of the entire conversation, is the fact that we tried. Today we're going to do the second half of our review for Okja, which I kind of forgot the ending to.
I know everybody's
have
been waiting for
completely
it.
forgot
You're
the
holding
ending
at
for
the
it.
edge of your seat. Yeah, Angela's. I don't remember it, to be honest.
I remember there was like animal activists.
There was an animal rape scene that was kind of fucked up.
Oh yeah.
Oh, because they're trying to mate.
Yeah.
Yep.
I feel like we should just call the thing. It was the super pig.
Yeah.
So what do we want to talk about in regards to Okja, though? Because I'm sure we can just talk about that as opposed to the movie itself.
I thought it was weird because like after I watched it, I had like it had activist like themes, but it wasn't trying to force it down your throat.
Yeah.
It was kind of just like a story surrounded around that, and then you do just kind of feel bad for eating meat for a day or two.
I almost instantly wanted bacon. I watched that movie and I saw the scene where he was pulling the meat out of Okja piece by piece, feeding it to these people, and I was like, I want a sausage because it looked like sausages.
Yeah. It's
So I went out and I bought some breakfast sausages.
Nice.
'Cause
Did it?
It looked like breakfast sausages.
They cooked it though.
Yeah, they cooked it.
Was Okja fine?
Yeah, apparently if you
Did they heal back?
using that
Kinda like
machine, you can pull out a certain amount of their meat or
Yeah.
something, and it doesn't permanently damage Okja or the super pigs.
Because the meat will regenerate, and
It was pretty weird.
I don't know. I assume if you pull out a part of our muscle,
it's like a renewable resource.
it'll hurt, but at some point our muscle will eventually grow back.
Yeah.
Like if you pull out 1% of our quadricep.
Okay, it's like
Right.
small amounts.
Yeah, it was like literally like
It's a
the
big
pig's
pig.
huge, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's
So it
like
was literally like that.
some
You can't see it
circle-
on the, but it looked like a half a breakfast sausage.
That sounds amazing.
They fried it. People were like, "This is the best meat I've ever tasted." And I was like, "Dang it! Why are Okja's real? Why are these fucking super pigs real?"
We need.
You guys want to go Sobeys after? Just kidding.
I'm really hungry.
Just
I did not eat breakfast before this.
Yeah, same. I woke up, took a shower, and now we're here.
I'm probably gonna go home and make chicken tendies because I have 4 kilograms of chicken tendies.
Oh my god.
My friend works for
Was it the box
Yeah.
that they sell?
my friend works for Maple Lodge Farms.
You bastard.
If you guys want, I can let you guys know the next time to sale on chicken tendies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
No, it's not just chicken tendies, just like meat.
Meat. Alright.
Use my neat bucks to get
yeah.
chicken tendies.
My good boy points.
Because normally it's like what, $8 per kilogram or somewhere around there for like
Pretty
chicken.
expensive. Like chicken tenders are.
No, not chicken tenders, just like meat in general.
general?
Like pork and chicken, I'm talking about specifically. Beef would be around, I'm assuming, like 11 or more per kilogram.
Yeah.
You hear that the chicken wing economy is pretty. Chicken wings themselves cost like 200 times more than the per pound amount.
Really?
Yeah, wings are becoming like a commodity, and restaurants have to raise their prices on them because it's just costing more to get them,
But
even in bulk. Oh, sorry.
what was that?
I guess if
It
you're
was so cold.
if you're selling chickens, you want to be able to sell a whole chicken and just take it out, because it does take like to get a pound of wings. That's like
Yeah, that's
5
a
chickens,
lot.
right? That's 5
Yeah.
chickens worth of wings, pretty much.
Yeah,
So I mean, I guess I can see where they're coming from, but at the same time,
but then it's the same concept as like using the chicken breasts.
yeah.
And, like, but yeah, skinless, boneless chicken breasts are still like those cost even more. It's weird. Yeah, the price has gone up for that specific
For
thing.
chicken wings.
Wings don't even have that much meat on
There
them.
really isn't a lot.
Well,
of
you
meat
could
on
say the
it.
same thing, like not the same thing, but like the complete opposite. Liver and like all the like gizzards and
yeah.
all the insides of the chicken have been going. I'm not sure if they're going down, but they've stayed down. They're really cheap. They're like $3 or $4 per kilogram.
I'm assuming because no one else wants to eat that.
Yeah,
kind of
but
crap.
it's
Yeah.
really not that bad.
I don't think it's bad. It's just
Is it good for you?
No, probably not.
really.
I'm
thought
assuming the
eating
liver
the
isn't
liver
because
is
it's what filters out.
Yes, yeah, that has the most.
Yeah.
I would assume that had the most like hormones and antibiotics.
Yeah.
In the liver, right?
Waste kind of.
Waste
But
product.
it's so chewy, and you get used to
Are you
it.
talking about giblets? Do you eat giblets?
What the fuck is a giblet?
Assuming it's all the guts, the inside of the chicken.
Yeah.
Just all that, all the
Yeah.
sticky, weird shit inside the chicken.
It's not sticky. It's not sticky.
It seems sticky.
I save that in the freezer and make stock.
Oh yeah.
And then
I use that for, I use bone. I use make stock with bones,
yeah.
or not bones, but like when there's like the rib cage and like all the
Yeah.
meats. And,
Yeah, that's like the carcass.
Yeah.
Now, do you do that with
That's
like a
left
rotisserie
over.
chicken, or
Yeah.
do you like so you take a chicken that's already been cooked and then you make the stock out of that?
yes.
But won't most of the flavor be already pulled out?
Well,
Or
I've
is it-
already eaten the chicken, so it's
Oh,
more
yeah.
just a side thing at that point.
I buy it raw and then
Yeah,
save
see,
the carcass.
making chicken stock out of raw. it
That
just
makes a
seems
lot more
like you get
sense.
a lot more hearty stock. But do you find it tastes alright, or do you find it tastes kind of watered down?
I don't use it. I don't use the stock as like a main thing. I just use it to like flavor like rice and shit.
Yeah, I use it for rice actually, exclusively. I don't make soup or anything, because
See,
it tastes so
yeah,
good with
yeah.
rice too.
I find a lot of people don't make rice properly. Like they just use water all the time.
Well, you
and,
can
and
just
they
use
find
water.
rice. Yeah, but people find rice boring because of that.
Okay.
Like instead of just adding water, you should add like chili. Like what I do is I add chili flakes,
Oh, I
a
never
little
tried
bit of
that.
lime juice, and then some cilantro, and then I make like Mexican rice.
That sounds
Or-
really good,
Yeah,
actually.
it is really good. Like, that's
Yeah.
the thing. Like rice will taste good if you make it taste good,
Fuck, I'm
but
so
it'll
hungry
taste
now.
like garbage if you just let it taste like garbage.
I put butter in it.
Yeah, that also makes it taste
It
good.
tastes so good.
Yeah, I use olive oil, and sometimes I put tea, like jasmine tea.
Yeah, really.
It makes it
In the
smell.
rice?
Yeah, it smells really good.
You put it in the tea bags, or just loose leaf it?
Tea bags, and then I like make a tea or make a tea up with the water, and then I'll cook the rice using that.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
Is that jasmine rice? Is that like
never
and
tried
that's an actual thing, right?
I think it's pretty sure it's an actual thing.
Did you just start doing it one day and you're like, jasmine rice water?
Yeah,
or-
I was like, this is pretty good.
This is a good
I
idea.
should use this to cook.
I like to try different things.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's smart. It's really smart. Life hacks by Angela
Yeah.
Ronkoff.
Just don't try it with like a sweet tea, like Earl Grey, or actually, if you're making like dessert rice, I'm assuming it'd
Hell
be
is
pretty good.
dessert rice?
There's like rice puddings and
Oh,
shit.
okay. All right.
Oh yeah.
Or-
You put like milk with it.
Yeah,
And,
or like glutinous rice.
You know what's good? Condensed milk.
It is really good.
Condensed milk or anything really. I don't
Yeah,
care.
yeah.
I don't care what you mix it with. It's always good.
Is condensed milk the powder?
No,
No.
it's
Isn't
like a
it,
really.
Isn't it the homo milk or something? Is homo milk?
You're thinking
condensed?
evaporated milk, I think. Like evaporated
No.
homogenized
Yeah,
milk.
yeah. The powdered I was thinking evaporated, but condensed milk.
Condensed milk is just like a really viscous, creamy substance that's just really sweet.
It's
milk.
creamy. It's like I'm assuming what they do is they boil the milk. They take the cream off the top of that,
And that's it.
and they boil that even more, and then that's it.
That's a possibility.
Like it's so thick.
Oh.
But it's so good.
It's so good.
Does it come out like?
I don't think you can pour it out of the can. Like
You can if you
Oh,
like
it's in
heat it
a
up to an
can.
yeah,
extent.
you have to heat it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I buy them in cans. Do they sell them in anything else?
I don't know. I've only seen them in cans.
Cans. Yeah. Like you use it for desserts a lot. Like there's a lot of like for icing and stuff like that. I've seen people put that on their cake. Like mix it with chocolate and then use it as icing.
Or back home, I like to do, when I make like avocado shakes, I use condensed milk instead of like sugar, and it's like
It
a
adds
nicer
like a whole
taste.
development of
Yeah.
flavor to it,
I went on like an adventure with butter. I think my parents always bought margarine when I was a kid.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And then I finally experienced salted butter and then just started adding it to everything. But just in like, not to get like huge, not to get like fat, but just like precise amounts to certain meals or
So-
to certain like marinades.
So what I find to be like the ultimate butter mix is you get butter, you get the eggs from a lobster, you mash those in, and you get like some, you cut up some jalapenos and put that in, and it's just amazing.
That sounds good.
Well, even
Easter eggs like in stores.
I just get it from lobsters. So when you open up a lobster, sometimes you'll find the red eggs there. Just grab that shit, put it like
What
mash.
if you use like salmon eggs?
I haven't tried that.
'Cause
There's people-
they sell that, right?
They probably roe. Yeah.
There's people at the farmers market who sell like custom butter, and they have a whole bunch of mixes. I think we just got garlic butter,
Yeah, garlic butter is really good.
and it had like basil, garlic in it, and then you just put it on toast, and it's pretty much garlic
Yeah.
bread at that point. It's
We
good.
need to stop talking about food. We want something else.
Can we just like order pizza?
garlic.
Get a butter. Guys, it's like 2.
I've already eaten. I've eaten a lot.
What'd you eat today?
I had that garlic toast,
I-
2 of those garlic toasts with egg and cheese on it.
I need to
and
eat
a
before the
cinnamon
gym.
bun.
Yeah, I can't eat a lot before the gym though, and I can't eat too little before. Like I need to
Yeah.
eat like the golden hour or the golden amount of food, because if I eat too much, I feel like throwing up.
Yeah.
But if I don't eat enough, then I just can't do enough.
Really? I feel like if I don't eat enough, I feel like throwing up.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. Like, because I remember once you went to full with us, and then you went to the gym right after that.
And I was fine.
I could never do that. Like, it depends what I'm doing. To be fair, it depends what I'm doing. Like, if I'm squatting and deadlifting, I can't. 'Cause there's a lot of core internal pressure that,
Yeah.
that I'm putting. But if I'm
Yeah.
benching, I'll be fine. Or like doing chest stuff, I'll be fine. Usually.
Isn't it you have to wait a certain amount of time after you eat food and then you can go to the gym?
He literally went
Supposedly.
right after. Like,
Supposedly.
Like I can't for like if we ate as much as we did that day, I'd have to wait at least an hour and a half before it actually worked out.
For me it's like half hour.
Yeah?
Half hour after that it's like I'm fine. Give it that much time and I'm like okay, I can finally eat. I've
Well,
digested
like
it.
how much do you like are you talking like a full?
That's
literally
that's
can't
not
move
faux,
after?
but that's like just a normal meal at
Right.
home.
I typically don't get like that full from pho though. Typically, the only time I actually get like, oh fuck, I should probably wait a little bit until I go to the gym is after sushi or some all-you-can-eat place, where I had to physically like limit myself from continuing.
Must stop.
Like yesterday.
Call it.
All right.
What should we talk about other than food?
All right. So
I have a
there's
couple things here.
yes, I'm reading this.
Oh yeah, I also took a couple other notes. Like
The Game of Thrones season thing.
yeah, the Game of Thrones. What do you guys think of the season?
The season was like it's the latest season felt like it was like he was just making fans happy with all the shit.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the stuff that did happen, I'd previously seen like fan theories about it, and it was just all coming together at once. Like that Frost Dragon thing, I was like, that seems like a stretch. It could happen, but it seems like a bit of a stretch, and then it just straight up happened.
And then it showed like the white eye or the blue eye.
Yeah,
at the
Oh,
end of
when he was summoned or whatever.
Blue eyes, white dragon.
Yep. Damn you, Kaiba!
Are the cards?
He did make the appropriate amount of sacrifices, though. He did lose one of his generals.
Which one? Wait, he?
The Night King. He lost one of his generals.
That's true.
That was-
Killed him.
Oh, at the beginning.
At the beginning.
No, that wasn't John. It was the tubby kid.
No. Like in the beginning of the fight, when they were capturing the Wraith, John kills one of the generals.
Right. Yes, you're right.
I'm
I completely
surprised they
forgot
didn't
about that.
take down more of the walkers too.
I don't know why the dragons didn't focus all their fire directly onto like the walkers.
Yeah.
Like you see a bunch of people on horses, go after those guys.
Yeah.
It didn't like that scene didn't make any sense. That entire scene was completely.
But that would fuck up the
coolest-
plot.
It was so stupid. Like
The plot, though,
The coolest,
their plot armor's too strong. We can't do that.
the best and the weirdest moment were like when John and them are sitting and it's nighttime and he's just like looking at all of them surrounding them, and it's like, what is this scenario where they're afraid to go onto the water? And
Wait, why
drown?
why didn't they just attack straight away?
Well, the theory is the Night King has Bran's ability also, so he can see into the future. So he was waiting for one of the dragons to come in.
Oh, so he could take
So he
it.
could take it.
Okay.
That's the prevailing theory. Other theory is also that the ice took too long to freeze, which doesn't make sense
No.
because it's super cold up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
It would have been already frozen.
yeah.
Like that amount of time wouldn't have affected it that much.
And then John was also just an idiot at the end.
Yeah.
And, like fell through that one
That
chunk.
one specific hole.
That's like, that's lucky.
Yeah.
I guess that'll carry on another episode or so. Or that's how they closed off. What's his face? Benji's story.
Yeah. Because like Benji had to come back and
Yeah.
rescue him. That was equally stupid.
Benji is just their.
He just came out of nowhere.
Their
He's
catch.
gonna rescue all the.
Went through all those zombies and
Yep. No time to get back on the horse though, because
Yep.
I need to stay back and
stop
whatever for some reason.
Use my fire lantern
Sick.
with chains.
So sick.
So dope.
But after like a few hits, the velocity would have like slowed down to the point it just
Yeah.
you're like, oh fuck, I need to
There
to
are
stop.
better weapons you can use.
Yes. like like the flaming
But
swords.
maybe because he's part wraith, he can't be too close to fire, so he keeps the fire at a distance.
Okay.
It did feel like a very action-packed 3 or 4 episodes. And then I think I was looking at that like, okay, they're just kind of running out of time.
Yeah.
Like, it kind of makes sense why they would jam it all together, but it is kind of
But
like,
it
it's
was
ham-fisted.
3 episodes shorter than a regular season.
Yeah.
Right? So they had to fit.
It was 8 episodes, right? Or
Was it
7?
8?
7 or 8. I don't.
No, you're right. It was 8. So it was 2 episodes shorter than a regular. It was a couple episodes shorter than a regular season.
It's okay. The last season will have like 2-hour long episodes. It'll be
Apparently,
great.
they're also reducing the length of the last season.
That's fine.
Which is.
Yeah, it's two mini seasons instead of one bigger season. It's like when you're writing an essay and your intro is amazing.
Yeah.
And your first part of the argument is amazing, and then you realize like, oh shit, I only got 2 hours left, and
I
then
think
you cram it all in.
The problem also stems from the fact that George R. R. Martin isn't writing more stuff.
Yeah, that's
Like,
true.
It's pretty much, to use your essay analogy, it's like if I started an essay and then I gave it to you guys to finish.
Wait, he's not writing anymore?
He's not writing it for the book. Like,
Is this-
he's writing it, but
It's like a
released the book.
25-page master's thesis, and you're like, yeah, can you guys just like finish it? Like, write the ending for it.
Yeah, that's basically what he did. Like, he wrote this like really good starting of the series, and then he's supposed to release Winds of Winter, the next book.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
supposed to release Winds of Winter 2 years ago. Then he said, all right, definitely next year. And then it was definitely this year. And then it's definitely next year now.
It was so sweet though. He was like, "I'm sorry, guys, I couldn't finish it."
I just
My
really hope they
deadline."
continue.
Everybody was like, "It's okay, George.
We still hate
We
you."
love you."
I'm just really hoping like the continuity of the two are just completely different, like 2 different
Yeah,
timelines. Because
yeah.
if I have to read, if I'm gonna read it, I'd prefer it to be completely different from the show,
Exactly.
or not even completely different,
Yeah.
just different to an extent, not like a
Yeah.
word for word. Oh, fuck that! I remember that.
I
The
think,
books go way more in depth.
yeah,
too.
yeah, it's going to go more in depth. And I think the bigger theories are going to hold, like the whole John being whoever he is. And
He's
like-
he's the boy.
he's the boy. And then certain people dying, I think it's going to be fine. But yeah, there's going to
Aegon,
be
Aegon Targaryen.
Aegon. Why did he name 2 of his kids the exact same?
Maybe they're not 2 different kids.
What's the relationship between him and Daenerys? Like, she's his aunt.
Yeah, because her brother was
John's
his
father.
I can't remember
I guess it's not so.
the other
Rhaegar?
Targaryen.
Rhaegar.
Rhaegar. Yeah.
Aemon? There's
No,
a lot of weird
it's not
names.
Aemon, yeah.
Aemon's
Aemon the Conqueror.
It's Ares is his father, right? King Ares is Daenerys' dad.
The Mad King? No.
The Mad King.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
Shit, what's the Mad King's name?
Look for like a good.
Yeah, Ares.
Family
Ares.
tree. So-
Ares?
Family tree, yeah.
Ares.
Ares.
is the
Yep.
dad. Then Rhaegar, Viserys, and
Yep.
Daenerys.
Yep.
So the aunt and nephew, some hot aunt and nephew action going on there.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Sweet.
yeah.
Well,
So sick.
man, that's the two
It's
major
not-
powers are
it's
full
not
of
the
incest.
weirdest-
That's true. It's not the weirdest concept because the Targaryens have been marrying their brothers and sisters literally for
Yeah.
generations.
Yeah.
One of the things I did not like about the season was how little of a consequence all of Cersei's action had. She blew up a sept.
Yep.
Like, that's the equivalent of
Treason. It is
bombing a
treason.
church. Yeah, it's treason.
Not just for the church, because she killed the current ruler.
Yeah.
Ruler.
Yeah. So I mean, there was zero consequences from the people.
Yeah, none of the civilians even like
Yeah,
took
he just,
action
like,
or
"Aight."
anything.
All right, she was pretty much ruler anyways. Why not?
Ooh. It's like the prince. Like everybody just fears her now.
Yeah. Like I was hoping for some kind of civil war like subplot.
Yeah.
Like maybe Varys is talking to like his little birds, like forming a civil war. But then Varys has been neutered in both ways now.
He's always been neutered.
Yeah, but now he's actually neutered in the sense of the plot where he's not doing anything.
Actually,
like, he's just
what?
walking
Where
around.
is he?
He's
in
with
Dragonstone.
Daenerys.
He's not doing shit.
Yeah.
Okay, he might be doing shit.
He
We
was
just
my
can't see
favorite
it.
character for the longest
Yeah.
time.
That'd be nice though. Like he actually is doing something behind the scenes, but and that's the whole reason we haven't been seeing it. It's like the same reason why
It's what he's done the whole
the
show.
was it the Iron Blood, the guy who went to go get the mercenary army.
Yeah. What's his name?
Like he just disappeared, but that's because
Greyjoy.
yeah.
You're on Greyjoy.
You're on?
You're on.
How do you remember names?
Urine
Must be the Norse in
Greyjoy.
you.
You have to have a mnemonic device to remember these names, like Michael Scott.
Like Michael. What were the ones he used?
There were a lot of pretty funny ones.
I only remember when he goes to like the other office.
Yeah, their offices. That's incredibly offensive.
That's like the Ricky Gervais joke too. I need to watch the UK one.
UK, I tried 3 times to watch the UK office, and I haven't been able to get
I haven't even watched
Same.
the US one.
You should watch the US one. It's pretty
Eventually.
Like, I highly recommend that show to anyone who wants to watch a show that, like, you don't need to watch.
Yeah.
You don't need to binge watch it.
But just watch.
It's like a good show just to watch it.
Yeah, like Friends.
Yeah. Like it's a good.
Like
I don't use the word
Always Sunny.
background show. But like, yeah, Always Sunny.
Always Sunny is like, it takes a certain sense of humor though. I think.
Yeah.
But it is pretty common. But, like usually people like it.
It doesn't always resonate with people though. That's the problem with It's Always Sunny. Like
Because
some
it's
people.
really dark at times.
Yeah.
Like there was a lot of episodes. Like the one that stands to mind was the dead baby one.
Wait, what? Explain this. Go ahead. What? Dead baby?
Yeah, where they did a funeral for a baby, and then it turns out they buried Charlie's dog. It was a whole weird mix of things.
Oh, I forget that.
And there was another episode where they find a baby in a dumpster, and then they want to use the baby to like be a model, like to get money off the baby, but white babies aren't making enough money, so they spray tan the baby. And then there's another scene where they find a scimitar, and
I really
holding
need to
over the
watch
baby,
this show.
And then the CPS agent walks in, and it's just they're holding a sword over the baby.
Over the spray tan baby.
they call it DB for dumpster baby. So that's the general way the humor of the show works. So if that doesn't resonate well.
Quick question: where you guys watch this? I know you torrent, I believe. Where you?
I don't torrent. Torrenting is illegal.
Yeah, don't torrent kids.
No, torrenting's not illegal. Torrenting illegal.
Yes.
Illegal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Torrenting isn't illegal. Torrenting is illegal.
Torrenting illegal stuff is illegal.
Just watch it off Cody. Or
There's been issues with some Kodi attachments, like Elysium's been fucking up lately. The other one that I can't remember off the top of my head is fucking up too.
Phoenix?
Not Phoenix. Not Dexter TV. There's another one word thing that I can't remember off the top of my
if you
head.
give me a big enough USB, I'll give you my completely legal, totally legit copies of It's Always Sunny and Black Veil.
I can give you seasons
I can
1,
give you a
2.
few terabyte hard drives. Actually, right now I can give it to you. We'll talk later about this. Not while we're being recorded.
Very legitimate.
Very legitimate.
It's very
That I
legitimate.
ripped from my download, store bought.
There you go. There we go.
The MKV files.
Nothing
MK
illegal going on here.
Nothing says legit like MKV.
It's not associated to our school whatsoever.
Oh, should we shell this out to the CSC?
All
To
right.
all the newbies coming in and being like, hey, listen. this
Listen
is-
to these
you
little
need to be
shit.
part of this.
But do you want to be?
Little birds. Of torrents. I have seasons 1, 2, and 3 on DVD too.
You guys should.
DVD.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Actually, I haven't
Actually
watched the
legit.
commentary for
Oh,
it.
yeah, you should, man.
I watched it for Rick and Morty. I have season 1 of Rick and Morty on DVD, and it's okay. It's not great.
No?
It's just them getting drunk and talking about random stuff.
I feel
that
like it would be a
happened
longer
on the show.
episode of Harmontown.
Yeah. It's just like, well, they're 22 minutes, so it's like a mini episode.
Yeah, yes, yeah.
It's a mini episode of Harmontown where Justin Roiland guest stars every week.
Yeah.
It's
Like, whenever I listen to Harmontown, I'm like, man, these guys are just getting drunk talking on stage.
I'm assuming Harmontown's like another
It's
podcast.
Dan Harmon's podcast.
Yeah.
So it's literally
So good.
They're just drinking vodka in front of like an audience of people and just shooting the shit. And then it's so funny because they're all comedians, right?
Yeah.
So they're all like,
They're good with like improv and shit.
yeah.
Did you hear the not a Nazi rant?
No.
Like, he just yells about not being a Nazi, and he's like, this is what you have to do now. And he, like, complains about, like, fascism in America, and, like, just yelling at the top of his lungs, and he gets that out of his system. He's like, I have a nail thing this week. And it's like a hairpin. I think Jeff Davis is like, really took a hairpin turn right there. Go from fascism to nails. And it's like, yeah, that's what happens in this show.
Like I think it was half an hour of him and his neighbor reading a text message conversation
Oh,
once
it's so funny.
about a tree that got cut down in their backyard. And it was so funny. Like, I didn't expect it to be that funny. But it really was. Like, they were talking about a tree, and like it just got turned into just depression.
A well-respected arborist. Yeah, that's the episode he talks about his divorce.
Yeah.
Oh.
It gets
Yeah.
real, dude. Like, that thing is real.
Yeah. Yeah, that conversation. What if I push a pencil into you and see what happens?
Well.
It's like they poked a pencil into the tree to, like, if you can poke it through, there's something wrong with the tree, obviously.
To gauge how rotted it is
Yeah.
on the inside.
So she was like, what if I poke a pencil into you? How rotten will we find you on the inside?
And then he
Sorry, his wife said this to him?
No, his neighbor.
His neighbor that he knows, like, fairly well,
Yeah.
but, like, they're not close friends. They're just like, hey, neighbor. And then they had this whole really deep and dark text message conversation.
About
and
his
then
depression and his alcoholism.
it's kind of, yeah, it's good. Yeah, his show gets super real and, like, very honest sometimes.
Yeah. It's not something you want to listen to if you want to be happy, I think. Like,
I'm never happy. It's
There's
fine.
a lot of other podcasts that have better happiness potential.
Yeah.
Harmontown is not one of them.
Yeah, it's funny watching the Rick and Morty commentaries, and it'll be like some really sad scene or like a. There's just a moment where there's a line that gets really dark. Like, I think the Christmas episode, or you guys have seen Rick and Morty, right?
Angelo, just watch all these TV shows.
I don't watch shit. I don't even watch anime right now.
There's the Christmas episode where Jerry's mom and dad come to their house, and they have like the guy who just bangs his mom,
Oh,
and his
yeah.
dad watches with like the Superman shirt in the closet. And
Oh.
the dad is like Dana Carvey too. I didn't even realize. But Dan Harmon, or like the commentary, Justin Roiland's like, yeah, this is all Dan. This is like Dan's scene. And then there was like another part of it where Summer's boyfriend is talking about how his brother took him on to the lake and made him a girl.
Yeah, there's a lot of dark humor in that show.
Justin Roiland's like, I don't know where Dan was getting at with this, but he requested we have it. I feel like he's just drunk in the writer's room.
But it works.
Like, he would
Some of
make
it is like genius, and some of it's like, whoa,
Well,
out of left field. Yeah, he's funny.
He would not make a good friend, I don't think. Like, as a person to hang out with. Like, he would not make a reliable friend. He would just kind of show up, drink all your alcohol, and just leave.
Yep.
That's the apt way to describe it.
Yeah, he thinks he has a huge ego too.
Yeah.
He like thinks he's the best.
Which, I mean, if you look at his track record,
He's
like,
been doing really good.
He is a really good writer.
yeah.
I think he's super depressed though.
Yeah, no, he 100% has some kind of medical
Yeah.
Depression.
depression. Yeah, something's very wrong with it mentally. But I think a lot of people who are good at what they do have a lot of things wrong with them mentally, right?
Yeah.
Like, people at the top of their field,
That's what makes them interesting.
yeah, there has to be something
Yeah.
that kind of they fight against to become better, like Michael Jackson and people like that, where there's something wrong with them. They just fight to become better through adversity.
All right.
And like
That's
people
true.
Like who've had easy lives, they can't fight through that, right? So they just don't understand the struggle
Yeah.
of fighting through that.
Yeah, they see like some struggle and they're like, I'll just stop. Like this is too much.
Yeah.
And this is
Is
why
what
we gotta leave
everybody
our
else
kids in like forests and let
We
them.
just need to beat that shit. No, don't beat your kids.
Don't beat your kids, people. Just
Just leave them in a forest.
do what the Spartans
Let
did.
nature beat them for you. You don't go to
It's a camping experience.
camping excursion by yourself against a bunch of wolves.
Summer camp.
Use a knife.
It's a hatchet. Just
Yeah.
here you go, son.
Are you proud of me now, Dad?
How many wolves did you kill? One? What are you, a pussy? Get out of here.
There's a whole pack.
Go back and kill more wolves.
You got the one no one wanted.
You got the mutts. Go kill the alpha.
Dan Harmon talks about how he's just split down the middle of Abed and Jeff in Community, and I can see that so easily. Like if you take certain parts of
Like
Jeff and
egotistical
like
Abed.
combine it, yeah.
Okay.
'Cause I think he says he has Asperger's, and that's what he
You
wanted
find
to
it weird
write.
to act appropriately in certain social situations. That's the one I think. That's Asperger's?
I think so.
Isn't Asperger's an option of autism?
Yes.
Yeah.
From what I remember, I think from The Big Bang Theory, Sheldon is supposed to have
Yeah, it's
Asperger's.
supposed to have Asperger's.
Yeah.
But I mean, in the recent seasons, I don't think that's how Asperger's works.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's significant difficulties in social interaction. Okay.
I think he wrote Abed to be like that side of him and like his nerdy side, and then Jeff is like his kind of asshole, full of himself side.
Possibly.
It's weird.
By the way,
Gross.
when you're using like your headphones like this, how do you like avoid just breathing into the mic?
I've been reading the mic this entire time.
Okay, because I do that in PUBG and like Preston will bitch. Hey Preston. Preston will bitch all the time about how I'm just blowing, like constantly breathing into my mic.
If someone bitches about something like that to me, I'll do it 10 times harder. Like whenever I play games with my friends, they're like, we can do whatever, eat food or type or whatever. I'm like, alright.
No, what he does is he's like, hey Angelo, yeah, can you hear me? Yeah, just listen to this, and he'll just blow as hard as he can into his mic. Yeah.
I remember Fahad commenting on these podcasts, and he was
whether
like,
it's comments. I think we should take some constructive criticism.
Oh hey Fahad.
he was talking about how he could hear my keyboard, and he's like,
That
you
makes
got
sense.
you got those Cherry MX Blues, MX Browns.
Yeah, I think better microphones will solve that issue,
Yeah.
and also not using my mechanical keyboard to type. Also.
Yeah.
That means I can't use my desktop though.
It sounds like tiny explosions.
Yep.
Do you have a mechanical keyboard?
Yeah. So what I do when I record my desktop, I mute myself constantly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Although, actually, when I mute myself in Discord, you guys hear like the little ding to show that I muted myself?
No,
Yeah.
I don't hear it.
Okay. Because I
We
hear
hear it over headphones, but it's not like recorded or anything.
I hear it for myself. I'm not sure if you guys hear it when I do it though.
I don't think we hear it.
Okay.
If we heard it on the headphones, it would be picked up on the recording.
That's true.
Okay, that's good.
Oh yeah.
Everything gets picked up.
We record everything.
I've gotten used to just muting myself and unmuting myself when I want to talk.
What kind of keyboard do you have?
Some mechanical keyboard from shit. It's that one like desktop case manufacturer that you wouldn't think is like Corsair or
Corsair has keyboards?
not?
I guess they do. Right?
Is it like a 60?
Thermatake.
Cool Master? Okay.
I think pretty sure it's Thermatake.
Okay.
There was a point in time where I just got obsessed with mechanical keyboards, and I wanted to get like a nice 60% keyboard. Like there's the plank ones that you can make yourself.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's the
Those are
poker,
like
the
300
poker
bucks.
3. Yeah, those are super expensive. So I got I think I got a Cooler Master one or something.
I got the Razer Black Widow.
Oh yeah, okay.
So
So
it's on sale. Like it's one of the more
those ones were
generic,
those were commercial, but they were
Yeah.
also cheaper too,
Yeah.
and they're like good quality.
Yeah, Thermatec esports keyboards is
like it
that's what I got.
was that or spend $300 to $400 to get like a really legit
Yeah.
mechanical keyboard that you build yourself.
Just get like $100 one, you'll be
Like-
fine.
I want to get like the one I build myself, but I wish it wasn't so expensive because you do have to put it you have to solder wires together and
It's a
like
lot of work to build it.
get if you want lights, just I don't
It's a
know.
lot of effort.
I've never soldered before too, so I guess that'd be a mistake to jump
Yes,
right into.
don't
it.
do that. I always tell the story to people who are considering soldering stuff. Back when the Nintendo Wii was a huge thing,
Oh shit!
I bought a mod chip for it. and
Oh.
We decided to.
You could soft mod the Wii though.
Well, we didn't know that.
Eventually, I think it was probably way
Yeah,
after. Yeah.
yeah. I'm assuming for like the 2.0 or whatever, like the second release of the Wii.
Yeah.
But this is the first release. So we tried to solder it at home and it completely fucked up everything. And we couldn't even buy next like a different one because like they were all sold out for Christmas.
Oh no! Oh yeah, so that's way early. Yeah.
So
Oh.
yeah, if you're considering practice on like small things like buy an Arduino and practice on that.
Did we talk about this
I feel like we
before?
talked about this at some point. 'Cause I remember.
Cause yeah, I remember modding my PSP
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah, we did talk about it. With the
We
10-hour battery.
most definitely
Yeah.
talked about this. You guys were talking about it while I was painting that.
Oh, so this is the first podcast.
Yeah.
So that didn't even go online.
No?
I don't think
Oh,
so.
all right.
Like the only podcast where all four of us were together was the first one, and it was so shitty that I just
Yeah, the
I-
quality.
the quality was bad.
Yeah.
Angela wasn't talking for most of the time,
I'm sorry.
so I was like, well, I'm not putting that on there. But
Well, what was the first thing you ever modded or like hacked to the point where you could get like infinite things, like even just torrenting movies
are we
and
counting,
finding it?
are we counting computers?
Yeah.
So the first thing was I started putting cheat codes into Doom, so I could walk through walls, because I was tired of like getting keys, so I would just walk through the doors.
I was never a fan of modding. The only thing I've
Actually,
ever
yeah,
modded was
I
like
was
hardware.
Hardware modding.
Yeah. It wasn't even really modding. It was just putting together shit.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
like building my first computer and stuff when I was like
That was so
super
cool.
young.
Playing around with BIOS.
The wire organization was
Yeah.
all absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
Or on mine.
Oh no,
No,
mine's still shitty.
mine's still
Yeah.
pretty bad. Like the
I
air,
tried to do it, but
if it wasn't for the wires, the airflow would be so nice.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then you see some wires like blocking a fan.
It's
you're
a
like,
wall.
It's just cords. Like I see some pictures on like build a PC or whatever,
Yep.
and they look amazing. Like I can't
Yeah, because
imagine
usually
running
like they
my
have like the
PC.
wires hidden around the back or like on the sides.
I feel like I never have a say in how long certain wires are too.
Like you can cut them, but I don't.
No, but like some are just
Yeah.
not long enough to reach certain parts of the computer. So it's like if you're gonna build something, build it so that all the wires can reach all the parts of your case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many fans do you guys have on your PCs?
1, 2, 3.
Oh wait, are we kind of like fans on top of the?
Whatever.
So I have a fan for the.
Not including like built-in GPU fans.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Or CPU.
Okay, yeah,
No,
no.
not GPU or CPU fan.
Wait, CPU makes sense. 'Cause actually, if it's an external CPU fan, it makes sense. But if it's one, no, even the CPU fans.
The one there's the one that's like required to be on it though, like the heat sink and then the fan on top.
Well, not
No, but
all.
that's not required. That's not required.
Oh,
Like,
Just a heatsink, basically.
yeah, you just need a heatsink.
but it'll.
Oh, it's shitty, it's stupid
Yeah.
shitty, but
No, you can replace it. Like I replaced it with just a water cooler. So there's like a water block, I think, that's just on this heatsink, and that's what transfers heat away.
I need to try that. What is your? You have that right now?
It's right over there if you want to see it.
I need to go take a peek at that later.
Okay.
I want to try water cooling.
It's a closed loop system though.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's just something you just kind of screw in and then
Yeah.
you power up and then you're good.
Yeah.
Do you fill it with water, like mineral water?
No, it's pre-built closed loop. If I fill it up, it's no longer closed loop.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And I don't want a reservoir for that shit. Oh, hello. Right. This is Jack, Ralph, Justin. We're doing a podcast. Yeah, man.
You're our guest right
Welcome.
now.
Welcome. We have a guest speaker, Jack.
2 minutes.
You want to work?
Yeah, I gotta.
All right.
Are you like live?
Yeah.
Are you recording or are you live?
No,
We're
recording.
just recording.
Okay.
This
Work.
just for
Just funny.
shits.
Microphone's
Everybody's. Hello. You're getting really you got really close to my face there. You're a cuck, Jack.
You could-
Bye.
yeah.
What were we talking?
We were talking about modding stuff. I remember
Right.
doing that too, like playing Morrowind.
Yeah.
And immediately when I found out like all the accessible things, like Todd Test was that room you could go into and
Yeah,
get
to
every
get all the
single
stuff,
weapon.
yeah.
And then you could change your speed stats to like 1,000, and then one step would like take you to the next
Oh
city.
God, Morrowind.
I
Morrowind
remember
was sick.
instantly breaking any game that I downloaded. Just
Yeah.
like going back to Sims, I was bored of working all the time, so I started cheat coding to get money.
Yeah.
And then I realized that's just how I live my
Motherload
life.
or Rosebud.
Yeah.
I just started working and I'm like, why is there no cheat code? Just give me a bunch of money.
That's what stocks are for.
Yeah, it's like that's why.
Stocks and investments.
That's why.
Yeah, but that's a game. That's a risk. I feel like
Well, there is a risk when it comes to modding. You can fuck something up pretty easily.
Break a game.
that's why I always soft mod.
Yeah.
Cause
Not
I'm
real modding.
soft.
Sucked.
That sounds funny. To all the listeners out there,
Justice flexing hardcore.
And
I
it is
just-
super soft.
I just flexed.
It's like
Stop a
gelatin.
bullet.
It's like gelatin.
Stop a bullet by absorbing
Absorbing
it.
Absorb the kinetic energy and the bullet all into one.
It just kind of bounces.
Bounces in the inside. Oh, my organs.
Everything's falling apart.
I win now, bullet. I remember the first thing I modded. I guess I downloaded PC games a lot.
Yeah.
There was always that like realization though, like as soon as I modded my PSP, it was like, well that's it. I'm never gonna play my PSP anymore. Like I've access to everything and I want none of it.
Yeah. That's basically what it was like whenever I would play a game and like putting God. How am I playing this game? There's no point. Like,
Yeah.
There's no danger. There's no fear. I would download trailers for games, and or like I think Shia did was one of them.
Oh yeah.
So like you just
Wasn't there a trainer for like
There's a trainer for a
RuneScape
bunch of
and
games,
stuff?
yeah.
Yeah.
So like once you get those, it's just like it's kind of game breaking. It's like why am I playing this game? It's no
Yeah.
longer fun.
I guess
just
that's
left
why
this
I
behind.
just never did this.
Yeah, that's probably a better idea because it just makes the game more fun.
Yep.
More playable.
I forget like yeah. For Morrowind, yeah, I think I'd never beat the story. I don't think I ever have beaten the story actually. Even after that.
Really.
I forget.
We should-
I would always. It's one of those games where you get so far and then you get stuck in a dungeon and you're like, eh.
Or you take a break for like 2 weeks and come back.
Yeah.
What we could
Do I
do
just make a new game?
is we could actually have like a playthrough of like Skyrim or some game for the podcast, and everyone's gonna be around. Everyone's gonna be around just talking about the fuck you.
Yeah.
It's gonna be around and just like talking about shit and talking about the game, and there's gonna be like one person just playing the game.
We can do that in the CSC.
We can do this. CSC.
Oh, that's true. We should have like not one of us playing it though.
Yeah, we should have someone who's never played it before play it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're Twitch streaming at the time.
Yeah, that could be our podcast, and we'll just record the Twitch stream. That could work.
It's like awesome games done quick. When
don't-
it's just the couch of people talking and then the one person's like doing a speed run.
Oh, I think I've heard of that. GDQ. Games-
AGDQ? You're just missing the first A.
Oh, okay. Because I've
Or actually, yeah, it is just games done quick. I think they shortened it.
okay. Heard of it.
It's pretty cool.
People talk.
The
I'm like,
speedrun
stuff.
community is the one thing where that's become like they'd find glitches to get through the game quicker, and then it's become that competition. But that takes so much dedication to just playing one
I've
game
never
over
been
and
good
over
at that.
again.
Like I've never been good at the concept of speedruns. Like playing a game quick, it just defeats the purpose of playing the game for me.
Yeah.
Like I like to explore things and take my time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I kind of like the developers' intents or like the people who wrote the game.
Yeah.
Like, I'll experience that first, and then maybe take a crack at anything else.
Yeah, especially with like Uncharted 3 or like just any game in the Uncharted series, I would just constantly like explore
Yeah.
everything, look for those fucking hidden treasures.
And that's why I didn't like the new season of Game of Thrones. It felt like a speed run of Game of
It
Thrones.
would pretty much
It
was.
all
though.
ties
It all
back.
ties back together. We
That
cleanse out
was the
completely.
grand plan.
We're not riffing at all. We're not just making this up as we go.
We don't have.
But yeah.
I have notes on a notebook.
That is true. Like Game of Thrones kind of like took. It didn't explore like certain
Yeah.
side things
It
like,
just
like
went right through
characters.
it. Skipped all the cutscenes and just went right to the action.
It could probably explore some of the side things in the next season.
They only have like 8 episodes. Just wrap it all up. in 8
Yeah, but each
episodes.
episode is a pretty long episode, aren't they?
Same length?
Same length? Oh. Well.
I think like the season finale gets 2 hours.
Yeah.
2 hours on TV, but that's it. So that's like
Damn.
an hour and a half.
Well. This will be fun.
I'm not gonna like it. I'm gonna hate it, and I know I'm gonna hate it, and I know I'm not gonna read the books because I'm gonna be frustrated by the series, and it's just gonna ruin everything for me. And I regret starting watching the show
Why?
Why
because
didn't
I should have just read the books.
Why didn't HBO just take their time and like wait a couple of years?
Because fans would not like that.
Would they just lose the demand of people
I
wanting
feel
to
like
see
it
the
has so
show?
much momentum at this point that like you can't just stop.
Yeah.
At least they're ending on a good note.
They are doing spin-offs though. So.
Yeah, they could have
the
done
spin-offs
just
will
like
be garbage.
side
Spin-offs?
stories.
What?
Yeah, like a bunch of side stories.
What?
They could have done like pulled Star Wars and like the what's it called? What was Rogue One considered like a Star Wars?
Prequel.
Star Wars story.
Yeah, was it
It's a
just
story
Star Wars
of
story?
Star Wars,
Yeah.
It's pretty much the story that started the.
I want more of those.
Started like episode 4, didn't it?
Yeah. I want more Star Wars stories. Because they all feel like they're all contained within the same, like, dozen characters.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
which makes the universe seem so tiny, but it's such a huge universe. That's why I like the comic books.
Oh, they're planning on developing 4 spin-off series.
Yeah.
For Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
And none of them will be the Baratheon rebellion.
But there is no set timetable for these projects.
Oh.
Hmm.
Ew.
So it could be never.
Yep. It could be stuck in development hell like Evangelion.
I think anime should stay as anime.
But
I think anime should stay as anime.
you're right. But
Have you seen the Death Note on Netflix?
I have.
Oh,
I'm
you
sorry,
didn't
no,
like
I
that.
have not. But I have seen Pacific Rim. And if the animations are like Pacific Rim, that could be really good with the Evangelion storyline.
I just don't like the storyline of Pacific Rim. None of it makes sense. It just less and less sense.
It didn't. Yeah, they were definitely throwing in shit.
Yeah, just to progress the plot.
Yes.
Yeah.
But with a pre-established storyline with awesome graphics, that would be pretty nice.
That's true.
And that's what I've been waiting for
For 20,000 years.
since high school.
200,000 years.
Shit, when did I graduate? When did you graduate high school?
You graduated in 2010.
You.
I graduated in 09.
Okay.
When did you graduate?
I graduated 2011.
Ooh.
Oh,
One after another.
so you're turning 24?
No, I've turned 24.
Yeah, you're turning 24. Is that what I said?
I'm 24 right now.
Oh.
I turned 24 in May.
Okay. Yeah.
this is
So it was this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enjoy it, man. It's the best year. It only goes
No, it's
It
not.
only gets worse from here.
No, it's not.
It's only downhill from here,
It's
boys.
all downhill from here.
Wait, that means we have like 3 24-year-olds in this room.
What up? Are you turning 25? No, or I meant Angelo too. You guys are both turning 25?
Yeah, I'm turning 25 in November.
Good luck.
Good
So,
luck, buddy.
Yeah.
Good luck. 25 is when it starts. 26, bro. It's horrible. It's terrible. I can't pass on the floor anymore. I can't. Well, I can. It just hurts a little bit more.
Pass out on the floor.
Yeah, like when you drink so much you pass on the floor.
I've never seen you do that.
That's because you didn't know me when I was 22.
I used to do that a lot, actually. I did that in high school all
Yeah.
the time.
That was
Carpets,
awesome.
carpets were fine, yeah.
I'd sleep under a pool table just 'cause, like,
Just because it was there.
protection.
Well, to be fair, floors are generally pretty
Tornadoes?
Yeah, tornadoes. I had my friend's giant dog.
comfortable. That sounds pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was an amazing time. Being 20, 22 and just drinking, literally can't remember anymore.
Have you seen a two-seater? Hey, can you sit here?
All right. So, are we pretty much wrapping up this podcast, or should we talk about the other thing, the comic/manga you might have found?
Yeah, you guys ready to think cool?
Oh, yeah.
No.
I watched Samurai Champloo.
Yeah, but I haven't.
God damn it.
Think about it. Have I done any research for any of these? So, are we actually watching it on Tuesday? Because I think we should watch it on Tuesday.
Oh, I have a movie I saw recently. I saw not Godfather. Goodfellas.
Yeah, I saw it too.
Goodfellas and End of Watch. It was the first time I'd ever seen.
End of Watch is real good.
Yeah, I actually I had no idea what it was.
Is it already out?
Yes.
I thought End of Watch was that Adam Sandler movie
Nope.
when he works in a Costco and he protects it from aliens.
Oh, that was a terrible movie.
Yeah, I
think,
was
I think you're thinking of like Neighborhood Watch or something like that.
Neighborhood Watch, and then I had just a horrible cold on Tuesday or Monday. No, Tuesday was the worst, and I was just like, yeah, let me just watch a shitty movie because I feel shitty right now.
And then
And
you
then-
watch End of Watch.
And then I watched End of Watch. I was like, this is actually pretty good. It was like, yeah, Adam Sandler wasn't in this at all. It's just bald Jake Gyllenhaal. All I go to was the intro, and it's the car chase, and I was like, oh, this isn't the Adam Sandler.
The feels
movie.
get too real in that movie.
Yeah, it was kind of like buddy cop movie, but
But
you're just
serious.
yeah, but serious. But they were kind of living it like they were in a buddy cop movie.
Yep.
And then once it gets serious, it's like,
Fuck.
oh shit. Yeah, that was really good.
Did you understand the last scene, the one after the funeral, where just
Oh, where they're talking about would you put your daughter in the force or something?
no, not that one, where he's just like, yo, where the Mexican one was like, hey, so I was with the girlfriend, and then her parents get home, so he hides underneath the bed, and the parents enter the room.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
And they have sex on the bed
Yep.
while he's under it.
Yep. And he never told his girlfriend. What was the point of that scene?
I don't know.
Like,
I thought it was just to show their friendship.
Okay.
That's just.
but we
normal.
saw their friendship the entire time.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like
Like when you get invited to someone's quinceañera, it's pretty much for life.
That's true.
yeah.
I don't know. I'll never know.
You're Filipino.
There's no quinceañeras in the Philippines.
Is there quinceañeras?
No.
I've been to a Filipino quinceañera.
It's a debut. It's a debut.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
You guys are basically the same people.
It is pretty much the same. You're right.
Like,
Yeah.
the girl was offered a car or a debut, and she picked the debut.
Yep.
I was like,
Because with the debut, you might get a car from one of your relatives, or you might.
this was a 20.
I have no idea what we're talking
It's
about.
like a Sweet 16.
No, it depends.
But you turn 18.
18.
The girl at that time turns 18. It's
Yeah.
like the Sweet 16 size
Yeah.
scale of the party is like huge.
It's huge.
Okay.
Like
Huge and huge.
like they rent out whole halls and
Sweet 16
actually
is
pull
white
it up.
girl. White girl.
Yeah,
Yeah.
white girl equivalent.
Well, white girls do have debuts. In I know that they do in Texas.
I know this is
Oh, debutante.
Debutantes. Yeah.
a
Oh,
bar and a bat mitzvah.
bat mitzvah. Yeah.
So it's similar to that, where it's like a coming of age thing.
Okay.
So it was probably as expensive as like half of what they say. And they spent this $40,000.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Fucking insane. Yeah, huge hall, food. They hired they trained us to be dancers, her main dance thing.
Ha,
That's crazy.
ha, I want to see this video. Is this video of the thing of you dancing?
Is it on YouTube?
Is it on the YouTubes?
It's not like actual hip hop.
What do I Google? What do I look up?
Debut.
Which one?
Mexican, Filipino.
You bastard. I was typing, I was like,
So Angela, you read anything recently?
you really want to know what I've been reading? Nope. Nope. What's open on my laptop right now is Concordia's slides on finite automata informally.
It's probably a good idea to get ahead of that class. It can get away really quickly.
So yeah, finite automatas is what I've been reading recently.
I read a comic called Irredeemable. It's not set in an DC or Marvel universe. It's by Moon Comics. It's just completely different.
All right.
It's like you know, in Justice, where Superman kind of goes rogue.
Yeah.
Goes insane. It's a similar concept to that. There's a.
But it's not part of the DC universe.
It's a different superhero.
Yeah.
He has a similar power set to Superman.
Well, a lot of superheroes have the same power set as
Yeah.
Superman.
But the more you read it, like the more like is revealed about his power set.
Yep.
And it's super interesting. It's a closed series. I think it's 10 volumes.
So it's done.
It's done.
All right.
So you can easily read through the entire thing pretty quickly.
Okay.
Like by the end, they kind of tie it in so that Superman's kind of influenced by this superhero. They explain it. It's super cool.
Okay. Well, outside of comics, the only thing I've actually been reading, which is outside of comics, and I haven't been reading any comics, and
Hardcore text.
outside of hardcore texts and slides, I've been reading like light novels. The most recent and most interesting one is about this guy who plays a video game. Turns out the video game's in another world, and the other world, like all the players can revive and shit, but all the NPCs are actual people. So, but for some reason, all the players don't really realize that the NPCs are actual people, so they go on like killing sprees. When they die, they come back and just like completely like shred towns apart, shit like that. Hello. And
Is it kind of like Westworld, but
I haven't watched the rest of it.
oh my
Oh my
god, Jesus Christ!
So much text in front of me, no visual. I'm sorry.
Is it like lit RPG?
What's lit RPG?
It's kind of like RPG literature, where people write stories about like something that happened to them. It's something that happened to them when they played like an MMORPG.
Kind of like it doesn't really focus on the players. Like the players are an element in the series itself, but they're more like antagonists because they're just trying to level up. Their movements are completely erratic. They change factions like left and right, and the main character is like the only person who actually knows that these are real people. So he's pretending to be an NPC because he's just acting like normal, and he's trying to be a character that's not a dick and trying to kind of be like, no, you stop that.
don't be dick. Please don't dick.
Yes.
Don't do this.
You should read the Gunslinger series if you haven't already,
Which Gunslinger series?
or the Dark Tower.
Yeah.
series.
No, I've been planning on reading that, but I don't. This is the first one, just the Dark Tower.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I remember,
Sorry, it's called Gunslinger.
I know Thomas was like really into the series a few years back, and he kept saying to read it.
I wanted to read The Goon.
The Goon.
Have you heard of
Oh,
that?
the movie?
No,
The really
there's
stupid-
no, the movie.
It was so bad.
The movie's just like, isn't the movie just Goon? No, I'm talking about a comic named The Goon.
A comic or
and
the comic?
a comic named The Goon?
Like a comedian?
No, like a comic.
Okay.
What are we talking about?
Comic-
Sorry, people refer to comedians as comics.
I would say comedian.
Sorry, what were you saying? What were you saying about
I don't know.
The Goon?
Have you guys heard anything about that?
I
Or
no.
I'm on the
I take it
Wikipedia
that
page
that's
right
a
now.
no.
The Goon.
It looks pretty interesting.
There is no match for this
The
comic.
Goon
Look at
in
content.
Want for Whiskey and Blood.
Yeah, I think it's about a prisoner who gets let out or something like that. Like he goes to enact justice. I always wanted to read that comic. It was kind of it's been in my back pocket for a while.
I like reading these like fringe comics that aren't part of the DC universe, because like, or that also aren't mangas, because mangas are a long epic sprawl of just
Well, it depends.
shit to read.
I really
That
like graphic
depends,
novels,
yeah.
or just like, what was like the Superman Red Sun?
Yeah.
It was like Bizarro Superman. Yeah. Just kind of like, yeah, I don't want to get into a series. But there was, have you heard of Mouse? Mouse is like the comic about World War II, where Germans are drawn as cats and Jews are drawn as mice. And
That's not racist at all. Jews weren't called rats at all.
it doesn't address that at all. It only uses that to like show what character is like what nationality.
Okay.
I think Canadians were moose.
Meese.
Meese?
Meese? I know.
Moose?
It's mooses. You're right.
Moosies.
Mooses.
Canadians
guys.
were moose. Americans were dogs.
Interesting.
Poles were Polish were
A different kind of dog?
frogs, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's a weird concept, but it's just like it's literally this guy following his dad around. It's spelled M-A-U-S.
Oh, mouse. Yeah. Yep, see it.
And it's kind of like they don't address it at all.
They
It's
just kind of talk.
yeah, it's just a World War II story.
Really
in a graphic
talking about
novel.
Nazi concentration camps.
Yeah, it's his dad telling him the story of like how he got out of Nazi concentration camps and survived World War II.
It's like one of like
But it's so dark.
From the
Like, some of
graphics-
the imagery is like
from the graphics, it looks like it's like one of those
terrifying.
children's books. It looks like a children's
Yeah,
book.
it looks like cricket in Times Square or like something nice, some nice swell movie. It's written by Art Mortimer. He actually
No, it's Art Spiegelman.
Art Spiegelman. Who's Art Mortimer?
Mortimer sounds really familiar.
So
Art Spiegelman had like a thing at the AGO where he put every single page
Art Mortimer's
up
another
on this one
major.
wall, and then below it were just a list of like his redos and like his notes for each page, and it was so sick. It was just literally a story about him talking to his dad.
apparently the Goon was going to be a movie at some point.
But then Goon came out.
No,
They're like, maybe not.
So they went to Kickstarter to raise $400,000. They raised $441,000 in 2012.
Mhm.
And no announcement has been made since then.
Well,
That's why I don't trust Kickstarter.
it can still
Yeah.
happen. Was there a deadline that they said they would do it?
Probably not.
It's a very real possibility.
It's been.
Is it still being released?
We don't know.
No, they stopped.
No, it's,
Oh,
it's,
no.
it's present.
2015.
Speaking of which, I should look at the Evangelion. How's that go?
Was there an Evangelion Kickstarter?
No, they were supposed to do it like a while back, but then Gynex, the people who hold the copyright for it, they were like, nah. So there was this whole Evangelion
Debacle.
legal shit going on.
Now, would you rather a really good video game or would you rather a movie?
For what?
In the Evangelion universe.
Really good video game. Yes. And then if it explored different aspects of
Yeah.
the, like, I'd like that more so.
See, I like video games, like movie video games or like TV show video games that aren't set with the main characters. Because like, there's only so much you can do in characters.
Yeah.
I just want the glasses girl to be in the game.
Like to have like cameos is fine, but like The Walking Dead and Game of Thrones video game were good to me because it wasn't like I was watching a TV show.
Yeah, I guess like.
Well, yeah, in The Walking Dead though, like the majority, like there's more
Were
than
those
just
like
what's
point and
happening
click?
there. Hmm?
Were those point and click or were those like
yeah,
action?
there was point and click, but you kind of walked around a bit. It wasn't like a very action-based game. It was quick time events mostly.
I remember the Lost video game.
Lost, the worst TV show ever made.
It was sick. Correction, sick.
The sickest TV show ever made?
They made the video game midway through the series.
Really?
Yeah, so you only really experienced up to seeing the smoke monster, and it remained a mystery.
Is this Walking Dead?
Lost.
Oh, Lost. Alright.
Moved on.
I'm
But
sorry.
it was one of those things where it's just kind of like it helps expand your knowledge
Right.
of the TV show,
that makes sense.
but it wasn't like you couldn't really expand it because everything you see in the TV show is like what other sources could I get information from the show? I don't know.
The point of the TV show is just to ask questions, right? There's just so many questions that
Yeah.
none of them were answered.
It was more fun just exploring and being like, "Whoa, this is the island,"
Yeah.
and then you find the hatch and you get. I got so pumped.
It kind of reminds me of Avatar, like watching the movie and then like experiencing the new possible universe that was really interesting. And then apparently they're coming out with like rides and shit to explore that universe in Universal, I think.
Really?
Remember seeing advertisements for
Yeah,
that.
I think they were gonna try and do the floating rock.
Yeah, they were doing the floating rocks, and they're likely going to. Sorry, off topic, but they're also coming out with like Avatar 2.
Yeah, there's 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah.
already set up.
That's cool.
And that's all James Cameron's work.
Yes, and I really want to explore that universe because the universe seems really
I
interesting.
don't care about the characters.
You know, the characters, I don't give a
Apparently
shit.
the characters are in it again.
But why?
Yeah, right? The stories are done. Just
Yeah.
explore that world.
Yes, because the world seems really interesting. Like being able to like bio-link, I guess,
Yeah.
kind of with native creatures there.
Plus, they only explored what, like one continent on that planet?
Yeah.
Like, they could literally go anywhere.
Yes, exactly.
If all the rules.
Not even one continent. Just actually, no, they did touch upon like the
like-
lands
like
and the
one
seas.
small section.
Yeah, one tree.
Yeah, that's true. They never because they only went to that one spot because it had the most unobtainium.
So what if the rest of that world is developed? Like, it could be possible. Like, there
Yeah.
are parts of this world that are undeveloped, right?
Yeah.
It'd be cool not to have humans in it.
At all.
Actually, it wouldn't be too bad if like there was like a human settlement and there was like an option to use that technology to like immerse themselves in the environment, like the fucking bodysuits or whatever the fuck they were called,
Oh, yeah.
and you know,
Oh yeah, the Avatar.
so they can experience how it is, like a theme park kind of.
What if the Avatar took humans?
That'd be pretty.
But are they called? I thought they were called something else. Because Avatar was
Avatar refers to like
the yeah
human
taking
Process of
human.
going into that.
yes,
Yeah.
What are
the Navi.
the Navi?
Yeah,
Navi.
It's been so long. It's such a irrelevant movie. It might, like,
I watched it like 3 times over the summer.
Really?
Because it's on the TV, and I was like, okay, there's nothing else
The one
on.
aspect of that movie that made it worth it was the visuals, and that's it. The story was shit, and everything else.
On TV, the visuals are so
Sigourney
bad.
Weaver, man.
The visuals are so bad on TV, though. Like, it looks beautiful in like Blu-ray, and then you watch it on like standard definition or like high definition. Not even standard, just high definition, and you're like, it's so glossy. And
Yeah, it kind of looks like a crappy game.
Yeah.
Or like an Unreal 3,
yeah,
just forest.
yeah, it completely ruined my memories. But the storyline itself was pretty good. It was pretty much Pocahontas.
Completely ruined my memories.
So as of August 15th,
Understatement.
there has been an update to the Lagoon.
Ooh.
There was on the Kickstarter, there was an announcement by Tim Miller.
Where they were like, hey guys, sorry for taking your money.
The good.
Apparently, there's some kind of video about it. So it's still
Alright.
several years later, it's still going on. I remember there was a Kickstarter for this comic that I used to read called Lisa Canoe. It was a
Okay.
really shitty webcomic. And they wanted to make a TV show. In 2010, they did a Kickstarter. And I think they released the pilot last year or something.
Yeah, that's something.
Yeah, and they wanted to get, like, they've been trying to make a pilot for years now. And no one ever picked it up. It's just not serious.
Oh. I wonder how many like shows are in the air right now that are just trying to get released and they sound amazing, but then
In reality, it's just, I think that's
yeah,
Like they promise a lot of things, and what they actually deliver, you're like,
yeah.
well.
I'm sure because some station will like pay for their pilot to be made,
Yeah.
but then that's about it. That's rare too, actually.
If you guys have read, I'm not sure if you guys have read Wheel of Time.
I've
Heard of Wheel of Time? But there was a pilot that got released, like late night TV one day randomly unannounced, because they wanted to hold the rights to the series. So they made like a really shitty pilot on purpose, so that the show wouldn't get picked up. And it was continued to retain the rights. It was so stupid because like it would make a really good animated show, but it would make a horrible live action show.
Did anybody record it? And,
Yeah,
say-
like I watched it. It was terrible. And Billy Zane.
Oh.
Billy Zane. And I watched the first 2 minutes and I was like, nope. I'm out. Similar to watching.
Maybe not.
That's funny.
Yeah, maybe just don't make this an actual TV show.
I don't know.
Make it an anime instead. I'd watch that. Or a cartoon. I'd watch that. Like Star Wars Rebels.
Or Animatrix.
Oh yeah.
Or the anime.
I watched Clockwork Orange the other night.
Really?
Yeah, that was another first time.
Yeah?
Clockwork Orange, for the longest time, I like would put it on and then get to the scene where he sits on the bed with like that guy, and it'd be like, I don't like this.
Basically.
Yeah, this makes me uncomfortable. I don't need to watch this.
No, that makes sense.
But then I finally watched it the other night.
They gave me an email address. There's no Outlook associated to this email address.
What'd you think of it?
I liked it.
Yeah?
It was kind of one of those. It was a cool story how it was like they're using these experimental methods, and
Yeah.
that whole thing was cool where they kept his eyes open and they were playing the music, and
Yeah.
that was, they considered that a side effect, but if anything that had like a worse reaction
Yeah.
to his recovery. But then I kind of felt like it felt like Breaking Bad, where you're on Walter White's side the whole time, even though he's a horrible person at this point. You're just like, oh, but he can do this and make it out of it, or he could do make one more batch
But
of
will
meth
he?
and like pay for that. And then in this, you're just like, yeah, but when will he be back to normal and be ultra violent again?
When's Daddy gonna stop beating Mommy?
Yeah, it's weird when you root for like someone that's obviously the bad guy.
Yeah. And he's like the narrator, so it gets you on
Yeah.
his side too. It's cool. I just like the turns that movie had. It was like 4 different stories combined into one.
That was an interesting movie.
That's
I
like
didn't-
most Stanley Kubrick movies,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah. I didn't like when I watched it. I don't think I was like able to process the movies the same way I am. I guess.
Yeah.
I watched it when I was very young, and I was very confused watching. What the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
What? Is he drinking milk? What is going on right now? Yeah, he drinks milk, but it's like it's
Yeah.
supposed to be like oatmeal milk.
Milk Plus?
Yeah. So like.
Was this Clockwork Orange?
Yeah.
Yeah. When they go to this bar and it's like this super drugged up milk, but it's kind of a thing that people in this society do. It's like, okay.
Like, is this what Brit's like?
Yeah, there was a bunch of weird stuff too, like the girls having the popsicles that were just basically dicks, and like one was flopped over and one was like fully torqued.
Yeah, it's like there's so many questions about that world. It's like, what is going on right now?
It was cool. His bedroom had
It
like
was cool.
it was the branch in front of that like giant poster he had on the wall of like the girl spreading her
I
legs.
remember a lot of them.
Hello.
His room was sick.
It was one of those surreal movies where you can kind of get really stoned and watch it.
Yeah.
Really good time watching it.
Yeah, it was like
Like when I watched Requiem for a Dream, like
that was not a
that
nice.
was not even a good watch sober.
No.
But it was a good movie to watch.
Yeah?
Yeah, because like there's so many things going on. It's just like
Yeah.
just like you feel like you're supposed to be confused, so you just accept it. But you shouldn't be confused. That doesn't make a good movie, right? Like.
I always say we gotta go ass to ass. Ass to ass. And then I thought that was just a funny line. And then I even look it up on YouTube and somebody else has like taken that clip and just it's him going ass to ass. It's like, oh god. What a great movie.
Fantastic movie.
That movie makes me never want to do hard drugs
Yeah,
ever
yeah,
in
like-
my life.
I think there's a certain like a sliding scale of drugs that you should do once in your life, and like heroin and meth and stuff
Yeah.
like that just should be on that list.
Yeah.
It's like once you start.
What was the older lady doing? She was on like painkiller or like the uppers.
It was the prescription drugs, right?
Was it prescription?
We should watch a movie for next week and discuss that movie next week.
Yeah.
Which movie? Let's open up Netflix right now. Find out what's a good movie to watch or show.
It.
It.
Actually, yeah. What's on Netflix?
There's Narcos, The Mist, Disjointed.
Oh,
have you guys
wanted-
watched? What's it called?
I wanted to watch a movie. Can we watch an old movie?
Yeah.
The Ozark.
Should we call this now and decide that movie next week?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Stop recording.
Stop in next time to 3 beards, 1 chin. See you next time, Fahad.
Bye.
Bam, bam,
Fahad.
bam, 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 bam.